Allen wrenches have multiple. Whoa! Guess I was feeding too fast, or is that when it cut through? Oh yeah, we got a little wobble now. Ooh. I don't know if I can beat that chunk out of there or not. This is not a happy result. So what's going on in here? And so far I haven't gotten through a machining project without making some sort of mistake. That file won't go in there. This is not a recommended use for a ball driver. Did I get it out? There's some kind of chunk in there. Probably just a big thick. Oh, look at this. Look at this tool. I didn't retighten the tool after I reset the chuck. Did you catch that? I'm leaving the tool bit in here to try not to lose my place in and out with the piece, since I stupidly let it snag and it grabbed. Let's see, I'm taking a little cut on the inside. I'll just slowly advance the tool and shave that chunk I made away. I don't like the intermittent cut on with the parting tool, so I think I need to get rid of that. I'll back this up just a little more. Parting tools are not really strong. What's going on here? Is the parting tool moving? Yes, the parting tool is retracting. Is that actually why my snag occurred? There we go. Well, one thing's for sure. This stuff does not work if anything's wrong. There we go. Now we're tight again. There we go. I think I got it. We'll start again. Well, that's terrible, losing center. Just terrible. But when the tool bit snagged, it grabbed the part and moved it in the chuck. About to cut off, I think. Good thing we're just building a washer for a lawn tractor. Hear that sound? There we go. So here's our part. Probably very hot. Should be able to just roll right up here and pound through this. It's got a pretty good looking face. Got the carriage locked down. Now I think I'm going to go ahead and make this washer 250 as well. We've got plenty of stud on the ball, but remember I got to take that hole out larger. The flange where the hole was pushed through the sheet metal is about 9/10 on the outside. I'm going to go check that measurement one more time. Okay, I've switched over to my boring bar, and everything can go wrong with this. I got to open this up to about 920. It's a more flexible tool. I'm sitting at about 750, so good thing I drilled the hole as deep as I did. This is just so much better than a lantern tool post holder. I can't believe I even goofed around trying to do one project with that contraption. Well, you can only push on the back wall so hard. Let's measure this. .837 roughly. I'm just feeding this by hand. I sure don't want to have the machine driving this in and have it crash. Measure that again. .893, 894. I think I'm going to come out to about 920. We'll move this about 10 thousandths. I believe it's we'll take out about 20. Hey, there we go, 921. Happy with that. Okay, I've decided that I want the surface of the washer that the nut is against to be have a 3/4 inch hole in it. We're going to go through the same procedure we did in the beginning and drill a little short 3/4 inch diameter hole in here. So first the small center drill. Even though I'm not completely proficient yet, I hope you can see quite an efficiency improvement over the last project. I keep my lathe from falling apart. Wonderful. I only need that large portion of the bore to be probably about 1/8 of an inch high. Get him out of hand. Alright. Let's fix that. Cross slide gibs are a little bit loose. Oh, look how easily I move that whole tool. Look at this. Whole stud's moving. I failed to Loctite that in the nut down below. Something important here. I don't have any blue Loctite. I do have some red, but red in a properly cleaned fastener can require heat to get out. This is sleeve retainer, green. This is what you would install a cast iron cylinder sleeve in an aluminum block with. Hopefully this will give us enough holding power. We won't have that problem again. That's a bottle of Loctite from my dad's shop. Way back in the day. He died about, well, it's going on 10 years ago. And yes, I ordered a special wrench just for the tool post. Okay, one of the things I'm worried about is that hole where it's punched through has a radius on the underside. I can see the radius on the top. It's like a waterfall falling into a hole. So I'm going to bevel this washer. This is the bottom washer. Turns out it's going to be the most complicated one. Oh, the damn stud's moving again. There we go. I have to re-Loctite that and let it set for a while. I wonder how I can put a bigger bevel on that. I think I'm satisfied with that. I'm concerned about, I have this stepped hole here, I'm concerned about cutting off the roof of the 3/4 inch diameter hole. Get this tool square to the chuck again. Parting tool. Working more efficiently, but I still am not laying my tools where they're going to be easy to find. I need a consistent place to set everything down. You know what? I'm going to go even thicker on this washer. We'll go 350. 375. Yeah, that'll give me a nice thick top to that step. Perfect. I got a lot of bolt on this ball, so why cut it close? Now let's see if I can do a cutoff here without snagging the cutoff tool. I think my cutoff tool is low. Oh, look at that! Look at that! The tool holder moved. Before I cut that off, now's the easy time to dress the edge. Wow, happened again. I'm doing something wrong here. I don't understand. Feels like when I'm cutting slower that I'm causing a problem from cutting too slow. Like I'm getting chatter. You know what? I'm going to lower the speed quite a bit. See if that improves things. Not sure what I'm doing wrong, but I'm doing something wrong there. I will figure it out. I will improve. Part of it might have something to do with how far I've got the work hanging out too. Have to pop off. There it is. And I notice that I'm leaving the big burr on the part, on the work, and the scrap here is being cut off clean. I remember when my dad was alive, he would grind these tool bits at an ever so slight angle so that it would break at the work first, and you would leave the burr on your scrap. So whenever I get around to resharpening that, I will make such a correction. I remember it being about that long when I started. Used a little bit of material, but I'm making it myself. Now there might be a spectacularly better way of doing this. I'm going to use my 1-2-3 block to level my part to the front of these jaws. One, 2, 3 block is effectively a straight edge. Alright, one of the things that's causing me a little bit of time and aggravation is this loose handle, which I never properly tightened. Okay, let's get in here and clean up that burr. Get the swarf off of the part. touch that. Come back with a tool. Nice little radius there. I'm not putting a dial indicator on that part, but it's running pretty flat. 2 dial indicates a washer for a ball, for a towing ball anyways. Let's see how that centers. Oh yeah, didn't really have any wobble. That was wide enough to, I could level it in the jaw there pretty easily. Got a wedding ring hanging on there. I've got an edge in there that I don't like. Poor workmanship. Leaving that behind. Let's see if I can fix that. I don't think I can fix it with a tool bit. There's our part. Let's go try it on the tractor. Before we try them on the tractor, let's try them on the ball. Oh yes, it fits. This will go over this way. And this nut will tighten it up. And the metal's about an 1/8 inch thick with a flange that is bent that will go into this the recess in this washer. I didn't measure the depth of the flange, so hopefully I got it right. Let's go check out the tractor. Okay, I got a problem. This does not fit, just kind of does not fit over the snout that's pressed down in here. So I made a bad measurement, evidently. Apparently it's 9.55 and we're only out to about 9.25. So I got to go out another, let's say 40 thousandths anyways for good measure. 1/2 inch boring bar. That should give us the 40 we need. And that'll give us some clearance, by the way. Back to the tractor. What do you think? Did I get it this time? Yes, it goes up there flush. Beautiful. So now we can put it together. How do I hold this ball? Let me count the ways. I figured I'd give this chain wrench a try rather than grossing you all out with a pair of vice grips. Do I have it set up right? Yes. Another project on the lathe complete.